62, Coach, 62. First down. We're doing this so that the kids can continue to play. Like we used to enjoy playing when I was in high school. I understand how fun it was, and I want that same fun to be had by the kids now. So that's why we need more officials to keep these games going on.
I've always enjoyed the game of basketball, and this is a great way for me to still be involved and just give back to the surrounding communities that have given so much to me. We want our youth to be able to play these sports for many years to come, and we have to have officials to be able to play the games.
Black shirts too, had them on the arm, underneath.
Even if they may not appreciate every call you make, they do appreciate you being out there and making that sacrifice to help them be able to play the game.
Good. Good sportsmanship is also showing high character and accountability, doing what is right and setting a good example not only on the court but in the classroom as well. There's two things we can control every morning when we wake up. All right, those two things don't take any athletic ability. It's attitude and effort. Let's get started here. Let's go. Let's have a day.
So yeah, no, we're trying to make a tea time for Friday, and Jeff's not taking tea time till Thursday apparently.
I'm in, regardless of the time.
Anyway,
good evening.
Hey, we're live.
We're live. Let's go to the broadcast.
Nice.
Welcome to tonight's game between the St. Albert Falcons and the Remsen St. Mary's Hawks. I'm Chad Hannon.
Jesse Shea.
With Brady Smith, Alex Dawson. And I can't remember the young man's name sitting next to Alex, but anyways, we got a whole crew up here.
We're looking at Brady to help us. He doesn't have the headphones on, so he can't hear us.
So yeah, that's all right. Hey, you're a little weak on the sound there. I'm gonna turn you up. Yeah, just a little bit. All right, so we have another minute or so on the clock before they start the pregame festivities. Falcons come into tonight 14-10. Hawks 19-4, fresh off a state championship in 8-man football. So these guys, they know how to win. They've had a really nice season so far. They went 9-1 in the War Eagle Conference, not located in Alabama, Jesse.
Roll Tide, War Eagle. That's all you hear down there. I spent a few months down there doing some training, and all the instructors were Alabamians?
Alabamans?
There you go.
I don't think there's an I on the end there.
There is somewhere, maybe.
I don't know.
But yeah,
if that's what you want it to be, make it.
You walk down the hall, you hear War Eagle, you're going to hear Roll Tide. Anyway.
At any rate, starters for tonight are going to be announced here shortly. BC Moore does have the Hawks as a decent-sized favorite, I would say. Our good friend Brent Moore. He's a believer in the Hawks tonight. He's got them by 9. We'll call it 9. We'll round down.
Real quick before we get started, they're going to get going, but this gym, Chad.
Incredible.
Beautiful. I haven't been in here for a while. It's way different.
Completely renovated, I would guess. The bleachers are beautiful, hard plastic. Court design's really neat. There's a lion everywhere you look up here.
Yeah.
Notable.
Really highlighting the Monarchs.
I never caught his first name, but the athletic director, Mr. Fink, did a great job making sure we had everything we needed up here in Denison.
Very accommodating.
Super accommodating. We found this really neat riser thing that they have us set up on. We're going to be talking to Mr. Irwin about getting some of that.
Yeah, so we quit kicking the people in front of us while we're at home trying to get, in and out. So
Coach Donnie Woods, our first person to check in tonight. Thanks, Coach.
Woods. How you doing, Coach?
Probably with Mrs. Woods and Bo and Millie.
Now let's introduce the starters for tonight's game.
Tonight's starters.
For the Falcons,
Joe Hughes, one of 2 seniors on this team, one of 2 seniors in the starting lineup. He's going to be joined next by a freshman, one of 2 freshmen in the starting lineup, Cooper Hamilton. Third up, the other senior, Owen Marshall, number 22 tonight. Noah Narmi, a junior, wearing number 23. And then last but not least, number 50, the freshman, Colt Spencer. For the Hawks, number 1, Sam Schmillen. Or excuse me, number 1. Number 4 is Joshua Phillips. Joshua's 6'4" guard. Number 20, a senior, Landon Waldschmidt. Waldschmidt is 6 foot, and believe it or not, he's one of the shorter guys in this lineup. Number 24, also a senior, 6 foot, Carter Tintinger. And last but not least, number 55, Colin Homan. Homan is a 6'6" center forward. A lot of height from the Hawks today.
Yeah, even
see how the Falcons
even Waldschmidt,
handle that.
He's 6 foot. He's a thick dude.
Yeah,
like big guy. So.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and leave your hats and face our flag for the playing of our national anthem.
And with that, we're going to get the party started here. Also want to acknowledge KMA's Peter Turner in the house. Peter's got, of course, a tie to St. Albert with the Turner family. Steve Turner, current St. Albert dad and graduate. I believe that it's Joe Turner's son, who's also a St. Albert graduate. Pair to watch in white tonight will be Sam Schmillen and Colin Homan. We'll see how those 2 seniors match up against the Falcons here. And in case you missed it in the introductions, all 5 starters for the Hawks are seniors.
All right.
So you're going against a battle-tested group of guys here.
Have they made any runs?
Who have had a significant amount of success in football and other sports. Obviously, they put together a really nice year here, 19-4. The winner of this will go on to play ACGC or...
Not the band.
No, not ACDC. The Hawks get the tip, and it'll take us 2 minutes to get the lineup together, so
Phillips
get us straight
across
here.
the court here. That's Tenninger inside to Homan. Homan gets stripped by Marshall. He gets it up court to Hamilton. He loses it to Homan.
In case you didn't notice, we are on the Remsen St. Mary's side of the gym here. They were quite animated. They thought there might have been a foul on that last trip down the court. Here's Phillips. He's going to drive to the hoop, guarded by Narmi and Marshall. Nice entry pass to Schmillen. Schmillen gets the first 2 points of the game. It's 2-0, Remsen St. Mary's. And you'll see the Hawks, they can put up a lot of points, but what you'll see is a really solid, deliberate half-court offense. That pass is going to come a little bit out of the range of Cooper Hamilton, and it'll go out of bounds.
A different officiating crew than we usually see down there in Council Bluffs, Chad.
Yes, it is. And Hawks are coached by Justin Rudin. He's assisted also by Scott Rudin and Jared Schott.
Nice dish by Phillips.
Homan with the points there.
Easy lane by Homan. Both their possessions have their scoring possessions have started with a Phillips drive and a dish from Phillips. So we'll see if we can keep him out of the lane. That defense is really collapsing when he drives. Try to stay in front of that kid. Here's Marshall, top of the key, surveying. On the dribble, off to Spencer, cutting up the baseline. He pumps. His shot is tipped out of bounds. He'll stay here on the Falcon side. 6:32 to go, 8 on the shot clock.
Mixture of Schmillen and Homan on the defense there.
Hamilton to inbound underneath his own basket.
Marshall takes the inbound pass, gets it promptly over to Narmi. Tight defense on Hamilton. He's going to have his pocket picked by Tentinger, and the Hawks will retain the possession and push it down the court. Not a lot of tempo so far out of them so far.
Schmillen for 3. That's off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound brought in by Spencer. Falcons are going to push.
Marshall over to Narmi. Narmi's going to dribble into the elbow, take a shot. In and out, no good. Rebound's tipped out, but will be controlled by Schmillen. Waldschmidt will bring it up the court. Double teamed by Hamilton and Narmi. We'll find it back to Schmillen and Phillips.
Must not shoot. Well, here we go.
There's Phillips for 3. Off the mark, no good. Narmi will collect the rebound.
I just say that.
He's passed up a lot of open looks.
Yeah, and Spencer didn't really close out on him on the previous pass. As Narmi gets it off to Marshall. Marshall on the drive. His shot inside the lane, no good. Rebound tipped out by Spencer, brought in by Joe Hughes, and Hughes is going to be fouled by Schmillen. That'll be his first.
So again, Schmillen and Homan both come in averaging 12, call it 13 and 14 points a game. Pretty efficient shooters, both shooting above 50% on the year. Schmillen at 57%, Homan at 52%.
I don't know how many threes Homan shoots, but he's shooting it at a 39% clip.
Narmi picks up his dribble. It's going to be knocked out of bounds off of the Hawks. Falcons will retain possession. 27 seconds on the shot clock. 5:23 on the game clock.
Falcons trying to see one through here. Inbound from Marshall to Spencer. A couple pump fakes. Spencer's up. Long rebound out to Narmi. Narmi's going to try the 3. No good. Long rebound out to Spencer. He's going to get back to Narmi. Hughes in the corner. Inside to Spencer. Hop, skip, and a jump. Layup, no good. Rebound brought in by Homan.
Lid on the basket so far for the Falcons. A little bit out of sorts.
See, Homan wants to shoot that 3. He's shooting 39%.
Schmillen's 3 attempts, no good. Rebound goes to Marshall.
Rims are ice cold. Both buckets by the, what's their mascot?
Hawks.
By the Hawks have been in the lane. Not getting much touch on these rims right now.
It's going to be the second team foul on the Hawks. First on Waldschmidt.
He's down there battling with Spencer.
4:47 to go. Marshall gets it in, bounce pass to Narmi. Narmi is guarded by Homan. Gets it off to Hughes. Runner off the rim is no good.
Is Homan at the elbow, dribble. Ball bounces around. He picks up that loose ball. His shot's missed. Brought in by Spencer. Here come the Falcons.
You'd think the Falcons, they're going to have to push the pace here, I think. The St. Mary defense is solid. Marshall for 3 is good. 4-3 Hawks.
That lid to pop there, Chad.
Yep. I think the best bet for the Falcons here is probably some tempo.
Yeah, especially, I mean, you want to do what they don't want to do, right?
Great catch by Waldschmidt there. He gets it off.
Tenninger, his 3 no good off the back iron. Rebound brought in by Marshall. Marshall on the dribble. He gets it off to Hughes. Hughes on the far wing. Gets it to Hamilton. We'll reset here with Narmi, top of the key.
Everybody in motion here based on whatever play Coach Cannon calls for the Falcons. Now Marshall with the ball, top of the key. Attempts a bounce pass, gets booted into the stands.
I don't know, the shot clock reset in high school with the kickball?
Does not appear so. So there's 11 seconds to go on the shot clock.
No substitutions. Oh, well, we
24 just came out for 2.
Yep, Harpenow. Hughes, top of the key, gets to Hamilton. Hamilton inside to Spencer. That's tipped away. 4 seconds on the shot clock for the Falcons.
Falcons are going to need something quick here. Coach Cannon giving some instruction. We got 2-3 coaches there barking orders. Coach Cannon, of course, is joined by Kevin White, Alex Martinez, John Miller. Marshall picks it up. He's got to put it up. They're going to call him for a travel. Shot clock was going to expire anyways.
It's, what was it? Keaton Harpenow checked in, number 2. Walschmidt gets it to Homan. Homan to Harpenow. He picks up his dribble, free throw line, gets it to Walschmidt. Phillips in the near side corner.
Boy, Harpenow could have just taken it into the hoop there. No one stopped him.
Yeah.
Falcons in a 2-3 zone, it appears. Now they're going to adjust.
This is Phillips, top of the key.
Sack
Dribbles to the
man
elbow,
to man.
picks up his dribble. This is Harpenow on the drive.
Schmillen for 3. No good. Off the back of the iron. Rebound to Schmillen. He'll get it off to Harpenow. That's down to Phillips. Phillips with the ball. Out to Waldschmidt. Phillips, Euro step. Great
nice side
move.
step
No
there by
good.
Phillips. Both teams missing some real close baskets so far tonight.
Falcons have 2 athletes that are going to check in. So does the Hawks at the next dead ball. 2-man game. Marshall to Spencer. No good. Man, it's a lid on the bucket right now.
There is 7 points so far. We're 5.5 minutes into the first quarter.
Double team at the half-court line. Joe Hughes comes up with the ball. He's going to get it up to Narmi. Narmi's going to take it all the way, and the Falcons have the lead. It's 5-4.
Holman back to Walschmidt. Falcons press, causing some havoc for the Hawks. This is Phillips. Hands it off to Schmillen. We'll reset here with Phillips. Harpenow, top of the key. Falcons stay in their zone.
The small Falcon crowd, student section doing its best to rile everybody up. Rebound to Schmillen, and now the Hawks are back on top.
Man, Phillips is doing good, not getting called for those travels, getting those extra steps that, people get nowadays.
Yeah.
It's been real effective so far. Joe Hughes, guarded by Harpenow. He gets it off to Marshall, guarded by Schmillen. Inside this Hamilton. Hamilton's shot looked like it was blocked. Rebound brought in by Homan.
Oh, Homan with an emphatic rejection of the putback attempt, and the Falcons hustle back on defense. Phillips with quickly to the rack, and as I said, the Falcons need to push the tempo a little bit. Here come the Hawks.
Yeah.
1 minute remaining and still no substitutions for this Falcon. There's just not been a dead ball. It's been about 8 straight minutes of basketball. Just 2 fouls, all on St. Mary's right now. Marshall's pass will be off of Hughes' hands, out of bounds. It'll be Remsen ball.
A little too hot to handle in that pass.
In for the Hawks will be Dane and Lukes, and
Tenninger came back in.
Okay. And then you've got Christopher Mosley, Kane Hughes, and Ben Cronin for Hamilton, Narmi, and Joe Hughes. So Marshall and Spencer stay in for the Hawks. You've got Homan, Harpenow, Phillips, Lukes, and Carter Tintinger.
This is Phillips on the take. He's almost stripped. This is Harpenow in the corner. Dribble, shot. Falls. Hawks doubled up the Falcons right now, 10-5. We got 24 seconds on the game clock.
No shot clock. Falcons seem to be content to hold. So Ben Crone with the ball, dribbling on the Lion logo. We'll wait until 10 seconds to speed things up, and here he goes. He's going to get it to Spencer. Great find. Good basket by the Falcons, and not much time. Harpenow's going to have to get it off. He's going to get it up to Homan. No good. Hits the backboard. There was no shot attempt there. 10-7. That was a lot of action.
Yeah, that last possession, Hawks got into a man, and Crone was able to beat his guy off the ball. That defense sucked in. Nice dish to Spencer there. Great job by Crone on that
Good find by the sophomore.
It was a fast-paced quarter.
I'm going to try to find some X updates for ACGC.
So, yeah, we talked about it a little bit before the game. This new gym in Denison's nice.
Beautiful.
Real intimate. I feel really close to the action right here. But, yeah.
It's so the winner of this game will face the winner of IKM Manning and ACGC.
And when do they play tonight?
Yeah, they're playing right now. Okay. I'm looking actually for somebody that's tweeting updates. Cooper DeJean is at the Tri-Center game, I'm hearing.
Ew. Oh, really? I saw him. He was at a game last week, I saw. What a difference in weather from last week to this week, Chad. Oh
My cousin
goodness.
Mary Sims checking in.
Mary.
Thank you. Home producer, wonderful home producer. Always quick
Keeps
to
us
correct
on our
me when
P's
I
and
do
Q's.
something wrong.
Yeah.
Falcons will have the ball.
Same lineup comes out for the Falcons. You got Mosley, Crone, Hughes, Marshall, and Spencer. Inside to Spencer, looking for options. His pass is tipped up court to Phillips. Phillips going in for the dunk. Easy dunk there for Phillips. Hawks take a 5-point lead. This is Hughes, back to Crone. Mosley, cross court to Hughes. Hughes has an open three. He's going to try. Off the back
rim.
iron, over the rim. It'll be Hawk ball.
Phillips can get up.
Yeah, he can.
Holy cow.
That looked easy, didn't it?
Holy cow.
This is Luke's.
My dad checking
Tinninger.
in. We got a little Hawk that hit the floor. That's Luke's. Now Waldschmidt holds the ball. He's going to get it over to Phillips. Phillips down into the corner. That was Phillips.
It was Schillen.
Schmillen, yep, good call. Phillips will be fouled by Colt Spencer, I believe. Very deliberate officiating here. Those hand signals.
Yep, that was Spencer. That's his first.
Team foul number 1 of this quarter, but also just in general.
Phillips' first free throw, no good. Hawks maintain the 5-point lead. 7:08 to go here in the second quarter. Hamilton checks in for Mosley, and Hughes checks in for Crone. So on the court for the Falcons, you got Marshall, Spencer, Kane Hughes, Cooper Hamilton, and Joe Hughes. Phillips makes good on his second. Hawks take a 6-point lead here. Hamilton near side to Hughes, back to Hamilton, top of the key. Hughes near side corner. Back to Hamilton, cross the court to Hughes. Marshall at the free throw line. Pump, fake. Gets it to Hamilton. Hamilton on the dribble. He's up and in. Nice take there by the young freshman. Cuts the lead to 6. Hawks lead 13-9 here. 6:40 to go in the second. This is Tinninger on the take. He gets it to Phillips.
Phillips is going to square up for a 3. In and out, no good. That would have been problematic for the Falcons. Now Cooper Hamilton's going to bring it down the court. Owen Marshall, long 3, and it's good. In and out and in again.
That hit about every piece of that rim. Nice shot there by Marshall. Marshall 2 for 2 from 3 land so far. This is Waldschmidt. Falcons pick him up right past half court. This is Schmillen.
Falcons trail by 1, 13-12. Phillips with the ball on the far side. He's going to dribble to the baseline, pick it up, double teamed. Another great catch by Waldschmidt. Falcons looking for a foul there, did not get it called. Shot attempts no good by Lukes. Rebound will come down to Spencer, and here's Owen Marshall to bring the ball up the court. Marshall with 6 of the Falcons' 12. Spencer from the free throw line, good. 14-13 Falcons. Timeout, Hawks.
Coach Rudin wants to talk about it. There's 2 Coach Rudins, head coach Justin and Scott. I'm sure you covered that earlier, Chad.
Co-head coaches. I'm still looking for a place to find reliable ACGC updates on X.
As we get some St. Albert students trickling in here as we get into the second quarter. That first quarter, they're probably showing up like, oh, it's the second quarter already? That first quarter flew by. No dead balls. Chad, what do you think Coach Rudin's talking to his team about over there?
I think he's telling them not to get caught up in the game that St. Albert wants them to play. Stick to the half-court offense and defense that they can execute well. And I would imagine Coach Kane's telling them the exact opposite. Push, push, push.
Yeah. I'd like to see what the Falcons do here. Get Marshall a little heat check after being 2 for 2. I think Marshall's having a conversation with the referee about that the charge call that didn't get called on the last possession. I'm getting some feedback.
Yeah, me too. There you go. I don't know what that was about. It's 23-5 ACGC. Thank you for the update there. Appreciate it.
That's Tenninger's for three. He misses everything. Rebound brought in by Homan. He gets it out to Schmillen. Schmillen's three attempt, no good. And we're going to get Homan on the push as he tried to get that rebound over Kane Hughes.
Trisha Monahan and Sean checking in. They were able to find the score. It's 23-5 ACGC at the end of the first. Appreciate that. And we'll see you guys tomorrow night for the girls game. Jess, we're on the call again.
I'm excited. That one's to...
It's for all the marbles. Get State.
Yes, sir.
Joe Hughes in the corner. Fakes a three. He's going to dribble in. Kicks it back out to Hamilton. Now Marshall, deep three from the logo. Hits the front of the rim, right into Schmillen's hands.
I asked about a heat check. I knew that was coming. When you're feeling it, you got to give him that third shot. It's kind of cardinal rule in basketball nowadays. As Schmillen gets inside for a bucket. This
Hawks
is Hamilton.
Back up front.
Hawks take a 1-point lead. Here's Hamilton, gets it to Joe Hughes, top of the key. Thinks about it. Back to Hamilton.
Really looking to get that ball into Spencer. He's guarded closely by Homan. Hamilton picks it up, does find Spencer. Spencer for three, off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound to Schmillen. Now the Hawks are pushing it.
It's Tenninger taking up the baseline, cut off, gets to Phillips. Phillips up and in.
Coach Cannon wants to take a bit of a timeout. Phillips is elusive.
I was squeezing this here.
Yeah, I don't know what the story is there.
Yeah, you got to stop ball. You can't let. Was that Luke's?
Yeah.
Luke's that penetrated there, dish it off to Phillips.
Yep.
Yeah, you got to stop that penetration. Stop that penetration at the perimeter and not let Phillips get loose there on the backside of that possession.
Sorry, I'm just tinkering with some of these chords. Hopefully you guys aren't getting the feedback. If anybody's listening and can hear that, let us know. But we're hearing a little bit of our own feedback. The audio's messed up somehow. It's staticky. No, just in our ears as we listen. Yeah. I think Jesse has it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually just in my right ear.
Oh, that sounds better. Oh, nope.
I'm not really.
Oh, that was super loud. Did you hear that?
I'm really not getting anything.
Yeah, that's better. I don't know. Whatever Brady just did, it worked. I might be deaf now, but all right. We have a listener checking in saying it sounds good on their end. That's all that matters. We'll power through this.
Yeah, we'll suffer through.
Tyler Till checking in. As we catch up on our text messages on the dead ball, we're back.
Hawks have a 3-point lead here, 4:14 to go. As Crone gets it to Hamilton. Hamilton's pass back to Crone, finds nobody, goes out of bounds. It'll be Hawk ball.
Looks like, so on the court for the Falcons, you've got Ben Crone, Noah Narmi, Cooper Hamilton, Colt Spencer, and Owen Marshall. For the Hawks.
The Hawks, you got your starters out there, Chad.
Waldschmidt with the ball. He's going to be called for a travel on the jump stop.
He looks perplexed.
I'm perplexed.
No real argument from the coach there. It'll be Falcon ball.
Matt Sheffield checking in. Thank you, Mr. Sheffield.
No, Jake Mesher checking in.
Kirk and Rochelle Campbell, two of my favorite people in the universe listening. Thank you guys for tuning in. Kirk, I'll be seeing you soon. Softball's around the corner. There's Marshall on the wing. Kicks it over to Hamilton. Hamilton looking for somewhere to go. Finds Crone. Falcons really trying to get the ball into the post. There's just nothing there. The Hawks playing just incredible defense down there. Narmi is able to shake. Narmi was able to shake his defender, but is called for a travel on the pump fake. And it will be.
Did he left his feet there?
I don't think so.
Huh.
I think he fell backwards. Marshall will come out. Christopher Mosley will come in.
No Falcons in foul trouble, no Hawks in foul trouble. There's only been 3 fouls in the game so far. As I say that, you know what usually happens. We run into a few minutes of fouls. But here's Phillips trying the baseline. He gets it off to Homan. Homan amongst the trees and the traffic. His shot's blocked. Long rebound. This is Waldschmidt inside to Homan. Homan's left-handed hook shot falls. Pushes the lead to 5. Here's Mosley.
Good-looking hook shot from Homan there. Mosley in the corner. Gets it out to Crone. Spencer pushing hard on home and trying to get position. Crone will reset on the logo. And the Falcon offense is going to look to slow down the Hawks. I believe they're on a 6-0 run right now.
Hawks into a man defense now.
Hamilton working hard to get his shots. Going to have it knocked away. Collected by Tentinger, who will hand it off to Waldschmidt. Tentinger. Down to the corner to Phillips. Back to the basket. Kicks it back out and resets the offense. Tentinger open for three. Passes it back.
There's Phillips, near side here, Homan for the deep three in the corner. Big guy makes his three as the Hawks take an 8-point lead. Coach Cannon wants to talk about it.
Cannon. It's a 9-0 run by the Hawks. Renee Coughlin checking in. Thank you, Renee. Ryan Mazzella checking in. Heading off to state bowling. Good luck to our state bowlers tomorrow. Mike Donor checking in. Jake Mesher, Max, and Colby checking in. Nick Glenn checking in. Thank you, Nick. Appreciate the link.
Yeah, nothing really the Falcons could do on that last possession. I mean, maybe that's going to make us close out on Homan a little more proactively in the future. But knocking down those threes, you can only do so much.
Ed Holtz checking in. So it'll be Falcon ball just in front of the scorer's table here.
2:20 to go.
Falcons have Joe Hughes, Ben Crone, Noah Narmi, Owen Marshall, and Christopher Mosley on the court. There's Marshall with the ball in the corner, guarded by Schmillen. He's going to drive to the hoop, put it up, and be called for the charge.
I felt like that. I felt that coming.
Yep. The Hawks fans pretty hot, fired up next to us here. Hey, I tell you what, Ailes got a tall task in front of him to give us amenities like this.
Yeah, it's been impressive. This is Homan, gets it past the timeline. He's trapped, gets it to Waldschmidt. Back to Homan. Homan looking for options. This is Phillips. His entry pass to Schmillen is kicked out.
Noah Narmi must have played soccer at some point in time. Kicks that one out of bounds pretty effortlessly.
Don't tell his dad.
I think Coach Starbach's probably looking for people, Noah, if you're interested. Harpenow with the ball, guarded by Hughes. Gets it down into Homan. Homan puts up a shot, no good. Schmillen with the and one. Things are not going the Falcons' way right now, as Schmillen will go to the line to convert a good old-fashioned three-point play, and Colt Spencer will be coming in.
How many seconds do you get inside the lane?
Apparently a lot.
Is it 3 or 5?
I think it's 3.
Oh, okay.
Traditionally. Lear Twins checking in, coming off a great season on the mat. Can't get enough of supporting St. Albert, so they're tuning in at home.
10-point lead for the Hawks here. That free throw's no good by Schmillen. Minute 38 to go here in the first half. Is Crone.
Falcons really need a bucket here. They've gone quite a few minutes without anything. Hughes for 3. Good.
There we go.
Right on cue. Falcons are back in business. Still down 7, but that will hopefully wake them up a little bit. Homan with the ball is going to dribble into a double team. Harpenow now met by the same exact double team. Finds Waldschmidt.
Waldschmidt inside to Schmillen. Back to Waldschmidt. Across the court to Harpenow. Homan from the near side 3. That shot's no good. High pointed by Phillips on the rebound. He gets it to Schmillen. Schmillen stripped by Marshall. It's going to go off Schmillen's leg.
Very demonstrative.
Falcons ball, yeah.
Very demonstrative. Checking in for the Hawks will be Carter Tentinger. He's going to come in for Harpenow. Not a real deep bench so far.
The Gintellis down in St. Louis checking in.
Joel,
nice
wonderful
of you guys
guy.
to be listening.
Joel and Lindsay and their young bucks down there.
This is Joe Hughes for 3. That's no good. Rebound brought in by Homan. Hawks are going to push. This is Waldschmidt. He's going to pull it up inside to Phillips. Phillips tries to get it at home, and that's tipped away. Ends up in Phillips' hand. He's going to drive.
Wowzers.
Left-handed layup by Phillips.
Very impressive.
Extend the lead. That extends the lead to 9.
Very impressive. No shot clock here as we go under 30 seconds. Crone in extended minutes here will hold for the last shot. I'm going to assume he'll probably get things rolling around the 9-second mark. Falcons go in motion. Marshall with the ball finds Spencer wide open under the basket.
It felt like he got fouled on that shot. This Waldschmidt, good if it goes, no good. Falcons cuts the lead to 7 points there at the end of the first half.
A little bit of contact on that shot. I think you're correct.
Yeah.
Katie Shea checking in.
Oh, Katie.
Yeah, she apparently texted me, not you. Oh, she texted you. You're just ignoring her like always.
No, I never ignore her.
At any rate, Falcons trail by 7. Hey, let's satisfy our obligation to the Iowa High School Athletic Association. We're going to run some ads. We'll be back in 4 minutes. Hold tight.
$62, coach. $62. First down. We're doing this so that the kids can continue to play. Like we used to enjoy playing when I was in high school. I understand how fun it was, and I want that same fun to be had by the kids now. So that's why we need more officials to keep these games going on.
I've always enjoyed the game of basketball, and this is a great way for me to still be involved and just give back to the surrounding communities that have given so much to me. We want our youth to be able to play these sports for many years to come, and we have to have officials to be able to play the games.
Black shirts too. Had him on the arm, underneath.
Even if they may not appreciate every call you make, they do appreciate you being out there and making that sacrifice to help them be able to play the game.
Good, good. Good sportsmanship is also showing high character and accountability, doing what is right and setting a good example not only on the court but in the classroom as well. There's 2 things we can control every morning when we wake up. All right, those 2 things don't take any athletic ability. It's attitude and effort. Let's get started here. Let's go. Let's have a day.
right, and we're back. 26-19. In other news, it's 51-17 ACGC at half. So, gonna go out on a limb and say the winner of this game will face ACGC.
What's the score?
Hey, we already have some, Ruby. Thank you.
Joe,
Okay.
tell him thank you.
Joe Narmi is paying us this year, in case you were wondering what our compensation looks like. We're being paid in Noah Narmi buttons. We are now up to 4. So that was very kind of him. So let's talk a little bit about what we have going on this week. So tomorrow night, these two jokers, plus Brady, who's not a joker. Brady's a good kid. Probably Alex Dawson. I think that's Alex Marsh over there. I can't see. Some collection of those high school kids, and Jesse and myself will be bringing you the action from Abraham Lincoln High School.
Yeah.
As the Saints take on the Riverside Bulldogs.
It's
for an opportunity to go to state.
Fortuitous.
There it is. Nice word.
Location for St. Albert, I think.
Yeah, you know what? I feel very blessed. We have an hour and 15-minute drive home after this, but we'll have a 5-minute drive home.
Yeah. I mean, it's just
tomorrow
as
night.
close to me as school, as St. Albert. So, yeah, happy we're playing Riverside. Not that that's the opponent, just for
the fact that it's
vicinity.
close. Yeah, absolutely.
So.
Saints and Falcon bowling teams will be in action in the team bowling exercise. That's at 3 p.m. tomorrow in Waterloo. So I don't believe that they're going to make it back in time. That's a heck of a drive from
And that's where one of our student producers, Kellen Underwood, is tonight. So
Friday, speaking of going to state, the robotics team, Thunderstruck, will be in Coralville at the robotics state event. Also be there on Saturday. The winner of this game will play on Saturday at South Central Calhoun against, I'm calling the shot right now, ACGC.
on Saturday, huh?
On Saturday.
Okay.
Also on Friday, the Diocesan Religion Bee in Ankeny. St. Albert sending 3 students to that event. Jay Pellet checks in, so nice of him to listen. I'm sure Trish is right there as well, his better half.
Did you ever secure that half cow you keep talking about, Chad?
No, still have. It's a quarter cow for the record.
Well, just turn it into a half. I need some.
So
Jay, if you're listening, put the order in.
Still have not received it. Jeff Lenz checking in with Aaron, of course. Speaking of better halves.
I mean, Jeff's a Hall of Fame guy, but his wife, that's how good Aaron is, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
No, he's like an all-stater. She's Hall of Fame all the way.
Gotcha. As the Hawks make their way out to the court, where we got? We have the camera on our guys.
Yep.
So
the Hawks are on the court. Falcons trail by 7, just 26-19. Winner will go on to play ACGC.
So they won a state championship in 8-man, huh?
Lori and Brett Ray checking in. Speaking of great wrestlers, we've had a string of great wrestlers checking in. The Lear brothers, Jay Pellet, Iowa State qualifier, Nebraska State champion Brett Ray, collegiate wrestler as well. Has the cauliflower ear to show for it. I just wish I was a good enough wrestler to have cauliflower ear.
I mean, you could probably get it. I could give
You
it
gotta
to you.
earn it.
You just gotta
earn it. Can't just rub your head on the wrestling mat just to look like a tough guy. You got to be a tough guy.
True. I saw some pretty sweet highlights from the tournament last week, Chad.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I caught as much of it as was televised. It was just an absolutely incredible week.
And then the Hawkeye Oklahoma State meet this weekend.
Awesome.
That was awesome.
The whole house was asleep when Angelo Ferrari won in sudden victory, or right there at the end of the match. I had to have at least woken up a few of them.
When he popped up and he throws those 3 fingers out
to the Oklahoma State bench.
Yeah, I was like, that is.
I just wish I excelled at something to have that level of confidence. I mean,
the
just
energy
incredible.
inside Carver during that match. I mean, unmatched.
Just incredible.
Yeah, so cool. Anyway, Hawks lead here, 26-19.
We'll see who's
What are the
coming
Falcons
out.
got to do here, Chad?
You know what? They got to push the ball, I think. That tempo game, it's tough living underneath the basket right now.
I agree. You know, we could push, but we got to make sure we get back. We can't have Phillips and Waldschmidt, you know, making drives, collapsing that defense, and just handing it off to Homan or Schmillen, or even back to Phillips in the lane. So
on the court for the Hawks, Homan, Phillips, Schmillen. What do we got with the ball right there? That's Waldschmidt and Tintinger for the Falcons. Cooper Hamilton, Owen Marshall on the ball right there. Joe Hughes. Colt Spencer now guarding Schmillen in the post, and Noah Narmi.
top of the key, this is Waldschmidt. His three no good. Off the front iron, rebound brought in by Spencer.
Marshall pushing pace. Hughes open for three, dishes it off to Narmi, who's going to the hoop, puts it up, will be fouled by Homan, and he'll have 2 free throws. My daughter Allie checking in. She confirmed I woke her up during that Angelo Ferrari victory on Sunday
That's
evening.
Homan's second. Team's first, Homan's second. I think he's the first player with 2 fouls.
Brady
in the
and I
game.
were trying to break that down at half. We think there was maybe 4 fouls in the entire first half combined between both teams.
I think there's more because the Falcons have 3 from
Do
their
they?
starters.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
I think there was 5 or 6 total.
Okay. Narmi does hit that one. Second free throw is good.
Falcons cut the lead to 5 here. This is Waldschmidt. He's trapped. Gets it to Homan. Tindinger right at half court. Gets across the timeline. He's using that pivot foot really well there. It's Waldschmidt inside to Schmillen. Baseline to Phillips. His shot's no good.
Takes
Falcons
a
are gonna
tumble,
push
no
here.
call. Narmi thinks about a 3. He'll hand it off to Spencer instead. Marshall calls for the ball and will reset the defense on the logo. Marshall guarded by Phillips. Hamilton closely guarded by Schmillen. Will get it up to Spencer now. Spencer long ways from the basket. He's going to draw a double team here shortly. Pivot foot up. Picked up that pivot foot. Called for the travel. Falcons trail by 5. 6:55 to go here in the third.
Falcons going to press here. They've created a little bit of havoc for the Hawks when they've pressed. Here's Phillips at the half court. He gets it to Tinninger. Waldschmidt reset. Back to Tinninger in the far corner. Waldschmidt. This is Phillips on the near side. Inside to Schmillen. That's tipped around. Loose ball ends up in Marshall's hand. He tries to push it up to Hamilton, but it's tracked down by Phillips.
Good breakaway speed by Phillips to go collect that.
Imagine he played an integral part of their state championship football team.
You can
Chad.
tell these guys are just athletes.
Yeah,
you know,
for
I mean,
sure.
the good basketball players don't take that as a discount to their basketball skills, but they're athletic as all get out. Homan for 3. Off the back of the iron, no good. Narmi will track it down, draws a touch of contact, and pushes the ball anyways. He's going to be fouled by Waldschmidt. Waldschmidt like a safety coming across the middle there.
Is it?
Narmi sells it.
I'm pretty sure they don't track it in basketball, but I'd like to see. I bet Noah draws more fouls than anybody.
I would love. That is not an official bounce statistic, I don't believe, but that would be interesting. Hamilton back to Marshall. Marshall slows things down. We'll bring it back to the logo. Pushes the basket, looks for Spencer, has the ball knocked away off of Marshall's foot, they're going to say. It'll be Hawks ball in front of the St. Albert student section. They're equally in disbelief.
Yeah, Marshall vehemently disagrees. Marshall, one of 2 seniors on the squad. Him and Joe Hughes. This is Phillips on the take. He gets it out to Tinninger, to Waldschmidt. He's surveying. Top of the key. This is Phillips.
Good ball movement. Phillips is open. He's going to have it kicked by Narmi again. Future soccer player Noah Narmi.
Kick saving a beauty.
We're going to have to tell Noah that we signed him up for soccer.
Sure he'll love that.
Yep.
It's Waldschmidt inside to Homan. Homan, easy bucket inside, push that lead back up to 7. That's the Hawks' first bucket of the second half, as the Falcons have only hit 2 free throws, so kind of continuing the pace we had in the first half.
Hamilton will find Spencer. Spencer beyond the three-point line. They're kicking it into Hamilton, who's going to be fouled by Carter Tintinger. That, I believe, is just his first. team foul number 2.
3.
3. Okay, scoreboard's just, Paul Cox is so quick on the scoreboard, I don't know what to do. Shot attempt by Spencer, no good.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Usually it's up there before they even make the whistle. This is Phillips. He picks up his dribble about the elbow, gets it to Homan.
Good discipline by the Hawks. Phillips could have let that rip from 8 feet away. Instead, the Hawks kick it back out. They're gonna pass it along the 3-point line.
They're very patient. They get what they want.
Nearly 25 seconds into the shot clock there. They take the shot, but they get the bucket. It's 30-21, Remsen St. Mary's. Falcons got to tighten this up before it gets away.
9-point lead, not the largest deficit of the game, but close to. It was 10 in the first half. There's Hamilton on the take. His shot's up and good. Cuts the lead to 7.
Hamilton with 4, Marshall with 6, Spencer with 6, Narmi with 4, and Hughes with 3. Phillips straight to the rack for 2.
Marshall guarded by Walschmidt. Gets to Narmi.
Hamilton well beyond the 3-point line. He's going to drive on Phillips, pulls it back out, gets it to Hughes. Narmi open for 3, fakes the shot. He's going to go into the lane, kick it over to Spencer, who has his shot blocked by Schnillen. And the Hawks are going to push it, and now they slow things down. Oh, a lot of contact there, no call. Homan for 2, too easy. Right over the top.
Push the lead to 11, the biggest lead of the game. Coach Cannon's going to ask for a timeout here.
Falcons got to get those hands up on D. The crowd is feeling it as they surround us with Hawks. I want to thank Coach Cannon and friends. They sponsored all of the boys' streams this postseason. I believe they will continue to do so should the Falcons find themselves victorious here. And then tomorrow night's stream is also sponsored. We'll talk to you about that tomorrow evening. But we appreciate the generosity of everybody involved to make this a reality. And also a quick shout out to the Iowa High School Athletic Association. Chris Cuellar, the communications director for the boys union. Chris does
easy to work with and getting this
super easy, very responsive. And look, everyone wants to know why does it cost money? Because the high school unions don't own the media rights once you get to the postseason. It's just part of doing business. I will say,
inside an Army
gets the shot up, no good. It's tipped around into the middle of the lane, and oh my goodness gracious.
Narmi dove in there.
Jump ball, Falcon ball. Credit to Noah Narmi on that. He just dove on top. Again, Noah's got to play some football.
Yeah, it's physical, but I think it's both ways.
If he's going to be that physical without pads, we need to see him in pads. I think Coach Woods could definitely benefit from that.
Agree. Here's Marshall inbound underneath his basket. 14 on the shot clock.
And Colt Spencer is going to be called for a foul. Landon Waldschmidt took a tumble there, and you could sense that coming from a mile away.
I'm going to watch the replay here.
Ben Crone will check in for Narmi. Narmi exits with 4 points right now. Coach Cannon getting a bit of an explanation on something.
From what I saw, it looked like Spencer was being held, and he kind of, he did extend his arm to shed that hold,
sure.
And that's what the referee saw, and that's when Waldschmidt fell. It's usually, you always hear the second guy that gets caught. That's kind of what it looked like to me.
Coach Cannon getting his money's worth. To say the Remsen St. Mary's fans are not pleased would be an understatement. All in competitive spirit, of course. Phillips going to drive to the hoop. He's going to be fouled. No shot. Oh, traveled. No foul. These Hawks fans are not going to like that. Yeah, I like that take, though, by Phillips.
Yeah.
It's very smooth.
I mean, yeah,
Ben Crone.
Coach Rudin knows where to get the ball if you need a bucket. It's Phillips' hand so far.
Crone is going to be fouled on the floor. Team foul number 4. That'll go against Phillips.
Be his first.
Yep.
Phillips with 11. I'm getting a little feedback here.
Fans reminding the referees that does go both ways, which I'm sure if they forgot, at least they're appreciative of the reminder.
I think that's Phillips checks out. I think that's Phillips' first time on the bench. This is Joe Hughes for 3. That's off target.
That's going to be a foul on Cooper Hamilton.
Fighting for a position there with Tenninger. He's called for a foul.
Holman up to 13 points, by the way, leading all scorers. That's Hamilton's first, team foul number 2.
Here's Waldschmidt.
Maybe this game was better when it was slowed down. Maybe we should have been careful what we asked for.
Yeah.
Foul
Here's
fest.
Harpenau, gets it to Holman. Back to Waldschmidt. Waldschmidt picked up by Hamilton, 25 feet away from the basket. He's hounded by Hughes too, gets it to Tenninger. Tenninger tries the baseline. He's cut off. It's to Waldschmidt.
Guarded closely by Ben Crone. Here's Hamilton. Harpenau for 3. In and out, no good. Schmillen with the rebound and 1. It's going to go on Cooper Hamilton. That'll be his second foul, team foul number 3. You can feel the Hawks are kind of pulling away here.
There's just a lot of physicality, a lot of activity down there underneath the basket, and it's just a coin flip who the fouls get called on because it's getting chippy down there, Chad.
Teresa and Jason Johnson checking in. See you both tomorrow night. Schmillen gets the free throw. I would say the Hawks haven't had a lot of opportunities at the free throw line, but they've done a really nice job converting what they have had.
Yep. Here's Crone. Top of the key to Spencer with Homan on him. Gets to Hamilton. Hamilton tries to drive. Hands off to Marshall. Marshall picks up. Looking for options. Gets to Hamilton. They're really guarding 25 feet away from the basket in man-to-man.
Joe Hughes for 3. No good. Chases after his own rebound, but Waldschmidt will collect it, and he's going to bring the ball up the court. 1:41 to go in the third quarter. Hawks with the commanding lead. Harpenau now. He's going to kick it back out. There's Tentinger for 3. No good, into the hands of Colt Spencer.
Harpenau now.
Yeah,
singing a song.
Yeah, that was not good alliteration.
Hey, I got to call it out, Chad.
That was good. Foul on Waldschmidt. That will be his 3rd. If so, yes.
Yeah. Team's 5th. Falcons will be going to line for the rest of the 3rd as they trail by 14 here.
Joshua Phillips will check in for Waldschmidt. Kane Hughes will check in for somebody. The senior gets the first of 2, and now Hughes comes in for his cousin Joe.
As Phillips checks in. Did you say that already?
Yeah, no, it's all right. It's good to remind the folks.
I don't always listen to you.
I wouldn't either. Marshall gets the second. Good free throw shooting from the senior. 37-25, 1:20 to go here in the 3rd.
This is Phillips. He gets it to Harpenau. Harpenau thinks about it. He's going to pull back. Gets Schmillen. Back to Harpenau. Falcons in a zone. 3-2 zone. This is Homan. Homan likes the 3. We talked about it earlier.
He's more of a corner 3 guy, I think.
Shooting at 39% for a big guy. That's pretty impressive.
Absolutely. Harpenau. From inside the three-point line, no good. Spencer will collect another rebound.
As a Falcon student section, small but mighty, trying to get in the game. Marshall comes pretty close to the half-court line there. This is Hamilton in the far corner. His shot up, no good, off the back iron, long rebound out to Tenninger.
Falcons trying to battle here. Tentinger picks up his dribble, but will get it to Harpenau. Also picks up his dribble away from the basket. Homan down to Tentinger, back to Harpenau. Hawks can hold for the last shot here as we cross the 10-second remaining. Phillips straight to the hoop. Blocked by Colt Spencer. Kane Hughes with an opportunity. Plenty of time. Kicks it to Crone. Shots up. No good. Good fight from the Falcons there. Trailing by 12 as we head into the final stanza. What do they got to do, Jess?
I think it's the same thing we talked about. We need to get back on defense a little better. And on offense, I'd like to see a little bit of like on-ball screening, especially if they're going to stay in man-to-man. Guarding our guards out 25 feet away from the basket, set some screens, set them loose, make the rest of the defense collapse. That's the only thing I'm seeing. But it's a dirty, scrappy game. I think it's going to be scrappy the rest of the way, no matter what happens. But I think you screen that on-ball defender out here on the top of the key, or just on the perimeter, loosen everything up for the Hawks defense. So, what do you see, Chad?
A lot of the same. I'm actually looking for the score of this ACGC game. I have it. It's just not pulling up.
Falcons are doing. Since they've switched this man, they're doing a good job. We're trying to get the ball inside, but the on-ball defense it's making it hard just to make that entry pass. Plus, their bigs down low. They're fighting for position just as hard as the Falcons are. So it's a tough sledding there for the Falcon offense. Falcons will set up a little half press, just make it hard on the Hawks. This is Ben Crone.
Good minutes
Ben Crone on Waldschmidt, sorry.
Good minutes from Crone tonight. A lot of energy and physicality, which is really what you have to match against a super physical team. Schmillen picks up his dribble on Colt Spencer. And I think you're going to see a lot of this quarter. The Hawks are going to hold, and they're going to burn this clock out as best as they can.
Falcons got to do it. If they're going to do this, if this is the game they're going to play, Falcons got to do a good job of staying out of foul trouble and just.
And a foul on Kane Hughes. 4 seconds to go in the shot clock.
And that's what this is going to do.
Yeah.
The Falcons are going to be forced to play 35 seconds of defense and hopefully not get 5 fouls in the first 3 minutes of the quarter.
I am calling it in the ACGC IK Manning game. It is 67-38.
That's safe.
Yeah,
That's safe.
I think that one's good to say. The winner of this game will play ACGC at South Central Calhoun.
And with that foul on the Falcons, it'll reset the shot clock.
Good rotating defense by the Falcons there. Schmillen out of control, collected by Marshall. He's going to push the ball up the court, hand it off to Hamilton, and there's a miscommunication. Goes out of bounds. Homan will check in.
This is Locke's or Luke's, however we're going to say it. He checks out. Homan checks in. Have the starting 5 out there for the Hawks. Hamilton checks out. Mosley checks in.
Yep.
Narmi checks in.
You've got Colt Spencer and Joe Hughes without their warm-ups on. Down below us on the bench. So Narmi and Mosley are joined by Ben Crone, Kane Hughes, and Owen Marshall.
Falcons 8 deep so far tonight on their bench. Or 3 deep on their bench. Hawks just have played just Harpenow and Locks on their bench.
Waldschmidt pushes the ball up the court, finds Tentinger, puts up a shot. No foul called. Rebound to Narmi. Narmi's going to kick it up to Crone.
Hey, Chad, guess what grade Harpenow and Locks are in?
Seniors.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Super deep senior team here. Marshall's going to put up a shot. He's going to be fouled on the attempt. That's going to go against, I think, Schmillen, perhaps? No. It's going to go against Waldschmidt. That'll be his 4th.
Harpenow comes in. He plays really good minutes for Waldschmidt, so I don't think you're losing too much with Waldschmidt checking out.
No other Hawk is in foul trouble. Homan has 2. Everybody else with 1 pretty much. As Marshall goes 3 for 3 from the line tonight.
Cuts that lead to 11. Falcons need to get this, I don't know, in single digits by the 5-minute mark. Stay there, keep fighting. We can't let the Hawks extend this lead by any means.
Marshall hits them both. Falcons trail by 10.
He's Homan. finally gets it into Phillips. He's going to cut through that Falcon defense, past the timeline, picks up his dribble around the elbow, gets it to Holman. Holman, top of the key. His three, no good. Rebound brought in by Harpenow. His putback's no good. Rebound brought in by Crone. Their Falcons are going to push. This is Narmi.
Narmi picks up his dribble, guarded closely by Holman. He finds Marshall. Marshall guarded by Phillips. Will reset the offense at the half-court line, and here's Ben Crone now to take over the ball handling responsibilities. No screen set there. Marshall going to the hoop. Nice move by the senior. He gets it. He's up to 12 points tonight.
Nice job by Marshall. Falcons cut the lead to 8, and Coach Cannon wants to talk about it. 6:03 to go here. Falcons trail 37-29.
Good pushback from the Falcons there.
Big time. If they're going to – when a team kind of does what they're trying to do here in the fourth quarter, we've talked about it before where the Falcons have kind of done this at times, kind of related it to Hawkeye football.
Yep.
Where you're just kind of playing not to lose.
Yep.
Kind of delaying. The offense is getting out of sync, and by the time they decide to try to get a basket, they're kind of scrambling.
Yep.
So that's my observation the first 2 minutes, Chad.
And it would work for the Hawks, but they're not converting on the offensive end right now. Their opportunities are there. They're just not converting. If they do start to convert this, the Falcons are going to be in trouble.
Oh, yeah. And I just think they're waiting a little too long to get into that offense.
Yeah,
I think they're waiting to they've only had a couple possessions, but they're waiting to the 10, 12-second mark. Get into it a little earlier. Yep. Well, hopefully they're not listening. But.
Well, I don't think they care what we think. Now, of note, Coach Cannon down to just one timeout. Coach Rudin with 4. That may be important as we come down the stretch. Falcons bring the same 5 out: Mosley, Hughes, Crone, Narmi, and Marshall.
If I'm the Hawks, I get it to Phillips. I let Phillips take his guy off the dribble, create for others.
Yeah.
Here's Tenninger. Falcons making it hard on him. Got a couple seconds to get across, and they barely get it across. This is Harpenow, guarded by Narmi. Falcons in man-to-man.
I like this from the Falcons. They're pushing the ball even 30 feet away from the basket so that they can't just sit there and dribble it out. Holman finishes. He is so smooth around the basket, man. Uses his size and strength to his favor, and he's up to 15. He's got Schmillen with 11 and Phillips with 11 as well. Falcons led by Marshall. With the ball right now, he has 12. He's going to dribble to the hoop, finds Ben Crone. Crone fakes a 3, guarded closely by Tentinger. And that's going to be a foul on Tentinger. His second is good for the Falcons. There's 7 seconds left in the shot clock here. They're going to have to make something happen. Got 3 subs coming in for the Falcons. It'll be Spencer, Hamilton, and Hughes for Crone, Mosley, and Narmi. Marshall and Kane Hughes stay on the court. Ball comes in. Colt Spencer will collect it. Joe Hughes for 3. Good. Falcons trail by 7.
This Holman gets it into Phillips. I don't know why I said Lindsey. Joshua Phillips.
Holman showing good ball handling. He'll pick up the ball. He's going to be fouled by Owen Marshall.
I don't know how he's calling the foul. That ref was right there. Had a great view of it. And he's making sure Marshall keeps his cool on his way down the court.
Much to the favor of the Hawks fans to our right, left, and center, as Holman will check out. Marshall will check out. That's his 3rd. So Marshall will catch a breath. 4:47 to go here in the game. Phillips takes the ball inbound, guarded closely by Narmi. He's going to take it to the rack. Holman thinks about a 3. He's going to go to the hoop. Now picked up by Spencer. Turnaround jumper is good.
Nice work there by Holman.
Owen Marshall will check back in at the next dead ball. Lead extends to 9.
Hamilton, top of the key. Hawks drop into a zone. This is Hughes. Hamilton inside at the free throw line to Kane Hughes. His floater off the backboard, no good. Rebound brought in by Homan. Here's Walschmidt back in the game.
Good feed to Schmillen.
Kane's got someone on him, don't know if he sees it. Here's Narmi. Narmi picks up his dribble. A little sidestep to the left, layup's good. Falcons trail by 7.
Falcons got to find a way to get this under 5 by the 3-minute mark. Double team on Homan. Timeout, Coach Rudin. 3:46 to go. He'll have 3 left. Falcons down by 7. A little bit of fight from them here in this final quarter. Will it be enough? We appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. We know it's a bit of a drive to Denison.
That's why we do this. Falcons picking up. They're picking up that double team right when they get past half court. Falcons are doing a good job of not missing that double team, because if you have 2 guys run after him and one of them misses, you got to, someone's wide open, especially when you get into the half court. So Falcons doing a good job.
As they announce, all remaining food in the concession stand is $1. Ooh. That's a
I like that
bargain. It got the crowd up in a stir. I don't know that anybody wants to leave their seat.
That's a good point.
But it's got the crowd in a stir, if you will.
All right, Hawk ball, 25 seconds on the shot clock. 3:46 to go here in the 4th. Hawks lead 41-34. Walschmidt back in the game. He's got 4 fouls. He gets Phillips. Phillips guarded by Narmi. Phillips gets past Narmi. He goes up. His shot's good. I think he's thinking about dunking it, but Marshall, I think, tipped that on the way up. Hawks lead by 9. Hawks stay in that zone. Here's Narmi.
Hamilton will bring it up to the logo.
They don't want to give up any threes.
Good perimeter defense, as we've seen for most of the evening on the Hawks. Spencer now guarded closely by Tentinger. Gets it over to Narmi. Narmi fakes it to Hughes in the corner. Gets it back to Marshall. Hughes for 3. No good off the inside of the rim. Scrum for the ball. It's out of bounds. They're going to say it's off of Joe Hughes, and it was out of bounds prior to him touching it. But
nice hustle there by Joe.
Tough spot for that official to see it, as Christopher Mosley will check in, as will Ben Crone. Crone in for Joe Hughes. Mosley in for, we got one, wait. Okay, Narmi's going to come off the court. All right. Thought we were going to see a 6-on-5 game for the rest of the way.
That'd have been a T.
3:01 to go. Falcons trail by 9.
Here's Phillips, gets it past that half-court line. He's picked up by 2 Falcons. He gets it to Walschmidt. Walschmidt guarded by Marshall with 3 fouls. Walschmidt past Marshall. He goes up. His shot blocked but fouled by Spencer. That'll be Spencer's fourth.
Yep. Good call. Team foul number 3. Falcons still have 1 more to go before the Hawks will shoot the rest of the way. First free throw from Waldschmidt is no good. Here comes Narmi and Hughes. Mosley out. Crone out.
Coach Cannon trusts in the freshman. I know there's only 2:48 to go, but he's got 4 fouls.
Waldschmidt's second free throw is good. Has a couple of bodies hit the floor.
It's rare that you don't see a body hit the floor on a possession in the last, I'd say this whole second half. It's Hamilton inside to Spencer. That's intercepted by Waldschmidt. Falcons got to do some damage control here. Up court to Phillips. Phillips is going to be fouled by Joe Hughes. Bucket up and good. And Phillips will go to the line for a chance at an old-fashioned three-point play.
Some extracurriculars after the play there. We march on, 12-point game.
Yeah, I think Phillips took exception to Joe's foul. Cooler heads prevailed. It's Phillips, his free throw off the back iron. Long rebound, tipped out, but Homan's going to get called on the foul in that tip out. That'll be Homan's 3rd. Falcons trail by 12.
Chanting about something. I'm not sure what, but here we go.
We got Coach Noon over there by them. So
calming everybody down. Spencer with the ball at the elbow. He's going to take this shot off the backboard. No good. Into the hands of Homan.
Falcons are going to get their money's worth in the last couple minutes on defense, Chad.
Gets it over the timeline. Finds Waldschmidt.
This is Phillips.
Guarded by Hamilton. Sorry.
You're good. Go.
Schmillen to Waldschmidt. Waldschmidt to the rim. No good. Phillips out of nowhere. There's no answer for that. There's no answer for that. That's
he was head and shoulders above everybody else on that one.
Narmi fakes a shot, gets it back to Marshall. Marshall's pass deflected. It's in the middle of nowhere. Colt Spencer and Homan go after it. Homan flips it up to Schmillen. Timeout, Coach Rudin. Full timeout. 1:34 to go. Falcons trail by 14.
One thing you're not going to get, Chad, is a Falcon team that quits. These guys are going to fight till the last second.
I like the effort there, even in an effort or a game that's slipping away. You definitely can see it on these guys. They haven't quit. So if you're hearing that, apparently Remsen St. Mary's has got a chant real similar to the Nebraska Cornhuskers Go Big Red, which I find to be particularly annoying.
Nauseating.
Not my favorite, but I'm not a Nebraska fan. No one asked me, so it's fine. Want to thank Athletic Director Derek Fink up here. Beautiful gym.
Yeah. Nothing but accommodating to us.
Super accommodating. We're up here in the Monarch's Nest is what we'll call it for tonight.
Yeah.
But no, we do appreciate the hospitality up here in Denison. Jess, I think Dairy Queen's going to be closed by the time we get out of here, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm on a strict diet, Chad.
Are you?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Maybe bread dough will be open. We rolled into town and Jesse and I were just shocked that bread dough was still a thing.
Yeah, the one in CB, they used to have like the baked pastas. I used to go.
Lindsay Banks' dad own that? Our old classmate at St. Albert.
I'm sure
Jerry
will be confirmed or corrected via text here shortly.
Jerry Banks, great guy. Former pizza restaurateur at one point in time.
This is Waldschmidt to inbound, gets to Homan. Homan triple teamed by a host of Falcons. He gets it to Waldschmidt. Waldschmidt to Schmillen.
Phillips is wide open under the basket. They missed it.
They're just playing keep away.
Yep.
This is Homan at the free throw line, picks up his dribble.
Tentinger over to Phillips. Now to Schmillen. Schmillen. Tipped away by Narmi. Collected by Waldschmidt. Good defense by the Falcons. 6 seconds on the shot clock.
And that will be the
Joe
fifth.
Hughes'
foul.
It'll be his second, but that is the fifth on the Falcons. So that Waldschmidt will go to the line to shoot 2.
Should take this opportunity, Chad, to address the 2 seniors on the court for the Falcons.
Owen Marshall and Joe Hughes, both longtime contributors, at least 3-year contributors, if not 4.
Yep, we've seen them play for a few years now, and definitely assets to the community and the program. So
Falcons will miss them for sure, but they do return a bulk of this roster as Hamilton gets it down to Narmi. Kicks it back into Marshall. Now finds Joe Hughes. Hughes goes up. Homan blocks his shot. Phillips will bring it down the court. Picks up his dribble, and they're going to kick it back out. That's good. Good coaching by that'll be Colt Spencer's fifth foul. I think I'll just leave it at that.
I think Noah thought it was on him. He was trying to get an offensive foul called. Great freshman year by Colt Spencer. You know, as we finished talking about the seniors, Colt Spencer, we talked about him early, and Chad, he's gotten better every time we've seen him. His patience, the maturity, I super excited for the next few years, seeing him grow.
Disappointed in himself there, but a wonderful year from Colt Spencer as Waldschmidt hits the first of 2.
You know, I'm not a St. Albert basketball historian, but I don't know the last time we had like this promising of a freshman. It's been a while.
Yeah.
So
I would agree.
He's just
Sky's
gotten
the
better
limit
and better.
for him as Coop Hamilton takes a 3 and hits it.
It's another freshman who had 36 last week. This is Waldschmidt, gets it to Phillips.
And they can hold it here. There is no shot clock. That ball's going to be knocked to the ground. There is a foul here. It's going to go on Noah Narmi. Okay. Phillips now, 17 points. He's tied for the most with Homan, who both have been super impressive. Now he is not tied. He has 18.
Homan hits his second. Hawks take a 15-point lead. We got 20 seconds on the clock. See what the Falcons do here.
Crone now looking for somewhere to go. Finds the senior Marshall into Hughes. Shots blocked by Schmillen. Phillips will pick it up, and they will have to cross the timeline. That'll do it. It'll be 52-37. Remsen St. Mary's will march on to play against ACGC Saturday night, and what should be a nice matchup.
I just, real quick, I just want to say one thing. This basketball team, the last couple years, I think we've won a handful of games.
4 games last year.
4 games in the last 2 years. To come out and do what they did this year, 6-7 game win streak at one point. Yep. Finish above 500 or at 500. Above 500. Got to hand it to these guys, the coaches. Coach Cannon coming in here, changing the culture. So that's all I want to say to wrap up the boys' season. Chad?
Falcons will finish at 14-11, and a bunch of credit goes to Coach Cannon and his staff. First year back at St. Albert, we're very blessed to have him and his partners in crime there, and the sky's the limit for these guys.
This team,
you can feel the tide turning.
It's ascending,
a little
Chad,
bit.
For sure.
They ran into a buzzsaw. Remsen St. Mary's, incredibly athletic, great basketball
Chad,
team.
The Hawks played 7 seniors.
Yep.
I'm just assuming the school is looking forward to this year with this group of kids
for
a while.
I would assume so. And they're off a state championship in football.
Yeah.
Clearly they're doing things right in Remsen, and we wish them the best as they continue their march. They'll be against ACGC again on Saturday evening. The Iowa High School Athletic Association will have any sort of a live link for that game available should you desire to watch it. But tomorrow night, right here on this exact same YouTube channel, Jesse and I will be back to watch the St. Albert girls try their hand at making it to state for the second straight year.
About an hour and 15 minutes closer to home.
Yeah, that's going to be nice.
It will be nice. Looking forward to that game, looking forward to the energy in that building.
If you can't get there, of course, we'll be here. But if you can get there, please do so. Those Saints deserve it. And at AL, there's really not much that we can do to complain about that. It's the best neutral site game location that we've had in a very long time.
And that will be the last game we broadcast this year. As
we're
once
done.
We get to Des Moines, it's off limits, and they provide their own broadcast. So
you bet. So for Alex Dawson, Alex Marsh, Brady Smith, I'm Chad Hannon.
And Jesse Shea.
Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you, and we'll see you tomorrow night.